Hello friends, my name is Rajesh Babbar. In this video, I'll tell you Ketu in second house from Jupiter. I'll take all the relatives into consideration one by one and explain you how from the placement of one planet you can analyze the chart with respect to the relatives of the native. How I'll explain you in this video, and this video is totally on second house of Jupiter where Ketu is placed. As you can see here, this is Jupiter. I have written Jupiter here, and in the second house there is Ketu. So few Karkatvas of second house from Jupiter and Ketu also I have written here, that I'll explain you one by one. Second house is money. Second house is your speech, and Ketu relates to nervous system. Ketu relates to death and spiritual ceremonies, and second house relates to your eyes. When you talk about eyes, you relate to specs. That also is seen from Ketu. And Ketu represents holy places like temples and spiritual or pilgrimage places. Second house is your family, and second house is married life also. So I'll start with money. In Nadi, we don't take Lagna into consideration. We only take Jupiter. Wherever Jupiter is placed, we take that as Lagna and we start reading the chart accordingly. So second house is money. So whenever you see Ketu is placed in second house from Jupiter, whether it is a male chart or a female chart, the predictions will be same. But for females, I have been telling you regularly, we have to analyze placement of Venus also. So second house, money. When Ketu is placed in the second house, person spends his money very lavishly and he cannot control his expenses. He can waste his money or he can destroy his money also, subject to other planetary combinations. Second is speech. When you see Ketu in the second house from Jupiter, that person speaks very harshly and he has the argumentative nature. And due to this argumentative nature, the married life of the native gets disturbed, and sometimes we will even see in a number of charts according to other combinations. This can lead to divorce and separation and a very much troubled married life, because the reason I have told you, second house is speech and person speaks very harshly and he has the argumentative nature. So if someone has Ketu in the second house, you cannot argue with that person. If Mercury also joins Ketu, or Sun also joins Ketu in the same house or second house from Jupiter, then these persons are good lawyers. They must choose law as their profession, because this is the law is related to speech. They have to speak and they have to argument. So this is also a positive factor. This is also a negative factor also. Second, if there is Ketu in the second house from Jupiter, this can give nervous breakdown. Third, if they if there is Ketu in the second house from Jupiter, after the birth of child, there can be some spiritual ceremonies. Spiritual ceremonies means someone can die in your house or there can be death in the family. But if Ketu is in the 12th house, first there will be death in the family, then there will be birth in the family. But it depends on other combinations also. This is just a simple technique of Bhrigunandi Nadi. Then second house relates to your eyes. So if you have Ketu in the second house, definitely at very young age, there can be problem in the eyes, and normally these persons, they wear specs in very early age. Sixth, when you have Ketu in the second house from Jupiter, there will be a famous pilgrimage place in at your birthplace. Wherever you are born, there will be a holy place or a holy temple or a very famous pilgrimage place, because Ketu is a spiritual planet. Family, this is very important because second house is your family. So whenever Ketu is placed in the second house, mostly all the family members they fight a lot because Ketu is a planet which gives lot of problems and difficulties. So family members will definitely fight with each other and they will have lot of financial problems also because Ketu gives lot of problems. Married life, I have already told you, when you have Ketu in the second house, this can disturb your married life, and normally this gives a very, very unhappy married life because Ketu is always, because Ketu signifies moksha. He tries to detach the person from his family. So persons who have Ketu in the second house, they normally move away from their birthplace for their work purpose, or even if they have Rahu also in the second house, the results are mostly same. They move away from their birthplace because Ketu is a planet of separation, detachment. So second house is your family. So when you have this combination, normally these persons they get settled in abroad, or they move away from their birthplace and they work in some different cities or different countries. Now I'll move ahead, and this is very important. I request everyone to watch this video very carefully again and again because this is very important. When you have Ketu in the second house, this is your third house. This is your third house. Third house signifies your brother or your siblings. We will not go deeper into subject that which brother, younger brother or elder brother. I'll only take siblings. So from siblings, if you put your finger here, from siblings, this becomes the 12th house. From siblings, if you move forward, this becomes the 12th house. So here also you can give number of predictions. When Ketu is placed in the 12th house from your brother, from your siblings house, this is your siblings house. 12th house is the house of spiritualism. 12th house, when Ketu is placed there, these people or your younger sibling, they can have dreams of dead persons or something like graveyard or all these things because Ketu is the planet of moksha. Ketu is the planet of death also. That is why I have written here death. So when you have Ketu in the 12th house, these persons, they must give donations to spiritual organizations, or they must help, they must give donations to spiritual organizations. So when you have this combination, Jupiter has Ketu in the second house, the 12th house of your brother gets activated. So suddenly he can have dangers from water because 12th house is a watery place. Ketu is a dangerous planet, or Ketu is warm or very heated water. It's a very hot water. So these people who have Jupiter in the second house, their siblings can have problems. Their siblings can have problem with hot water, or Ketu is electricity and 12th house is loss. So loss due to electricity or loss, problems due to electricity. They can have sudden losses also, who your younger brothers, because 12th house is the house of loss also. So not going deeper into this subject, I have given you like few examples how you can read from one birth chart different aspects of the native. So from one birth chart, you can read about the family of the native. So we'll move ahead. This is the fourth house from Jupiter. The fourth house is of mother. So when you put your finger on fourth house, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Here also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ketu is a planet. It is a headless planet. So 11th house signifies friends of the native. So because we are putting our finger on the 4th house, so friends of the mother. She will have a very spiritual type of friends, or she would not have any friend, because Ketu is a planet, I told you before also, it always detaches you from this world. So when Ketu is placed in the second house from mother, it is the 11th house of gains, it is the 11th house of friends, and it is also a spiritual planet. So mother will have lot of spiritual friends, and she can also gain from spiritual activities. If she is into spiritual activities, there will be lot of benefits to your mother. So next we will take fifth house. Fifth house is your children's or your child. So if you start counting from fifth house, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, it becomes the 10th house. Here also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So when Ketu is placed in the 10th house from your child's house, from your fifth house, your child will always have problems in the profession area, or he'll not be able to work or start his own business properly. There will be a lot of problems in his professional life. Depending on other combinations also, we have to see the placement and the aspects of other planets also. So till fifth house I have covered in this video. I'll continue this video in my next session. So I'll end my session here. Hope everybody is fine and well. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.